hear you. So sorry. Some of these words are going to sound familiar. Okay, so forget this part in two-part question. It's just going to cloud our brain. We know this part. Of course, I'm going to answer the two parts. I think this is wrong. I want to answer the two parts together at the same time. You know, I want to check them against each other. All right, let's start with the question. Based on the word choices in paragraph 2, how does this guy, okay, whatever, you're looking at a name, it's new to you, just this guy, right? Feel about this place, this village. That name is not familiar to me. Don't let that trip you up in your reading. How does this guy feel about this place that begins with a U? First thing, before you even go to paragraph 2, I want you to look at the 4 answer choices and chop them up or divide them by a pattern. So I see 4 answer choices. Can someone tell me how they can group together 2 of those answer choices? How are 2 of those answer choices similar to each other? Think about what we've been learning with positive and negative word charge, word feel. James, you going to help me out?
Yes.
All right. Unhappy, positive or negative?
Positive.
Dissimilarian. Dissimilarian. What's that word? What's that word mean? Come on, you guys. This is
Negative.
it. Yeah. How did you know?
The word dis in the word.
Okay, so in this word dissimilarian, right, which is not really a word, these are 97% of the high frequency prefixes, the ones that we see a lot. Prefixes at the beginning of a word that tells us it's negative. The dissimilarian, that is at the end. So unhappy, positive or negative, guys?
Negative.
Thank you. All right. So I'm going to put unhappy. Is there another negative word here?
I'm terrified.
Thank you. I know I have 2 negative words and I have 2 words that are positive. All right. Now I need to go up to paragraph 2, knowing that I have a 50-50 chance, right? I need to find out in paragraph 2 what he's feeling. So I'm going to go to this passage that I was provided the link for in my, after I did my video Google form. Let's do paragraph 2. This is not paragraph 1. This is what we want to read before the beginning of the passage. This is hugely important. A lot of students skip this. This is going to give us clues to all the answers that we have. So this is an excerpt, and we learned that word yesterday, a piece, an excerpt from one of this guy's short stories, The Postmaster. It describes a man who has come from the large city of Calcutta to run a post office in a small village. This is so important, you guys. Not even part of the story. But this man is coming from a large city to a very small village. Okay, put that in your head. Now I'm going to go to paragraph 2, which is the paragraph that the question told us to go to. Our postmaster, this guy, right, belonged to Calcutta. We just learned that Calcutta was the large city. Our postmaster belonged to this large city. He felt. Now the question is asking us, how does this guy feel about his new small village? I see the word felt. So what did he feel? He felt like a fish out of water. Well,
So unhappy.
Why is that a more negative term?
Because it's just telling that like he just went off from where he feels comfortable to a place that he doesn't.
Ah, so you are digging into the simile, like a fish out of water, right? Simile, comparison using like or as. You said the word uncomfortable, dysentery, dysentery. So that uncomfortable makes it negative, right? And you're saying he feels uncomfortable because why? A fish out of water.
Can't do anything.
Yeah, it's where it's not your place. It's not where you belong, right? Excellent. However, we are not going to select that immediately. We need more information. You need to test it out just to make sure that the rest of the word descriptions are also negative, because that could be a trick. He can say that, but then he can say, oh, but I love blank, blank, and blank, right? Let's test it. He was in a remote village. Remote. Oh, I'm doing so bad right now at this. Hold on, I did this all day. Dissimilarian. Can someone say this better than me right now? Dissimilarian.
It's hard.
What little word is in the same? Re means again. Sometimes it's not negative, but 90% of the time. So if we go back here, there we go. What word do we have? Remote. Now wait a minute. We right now are doing remote what?
Learning.
Remote learning. What does that mean? Is it like the TV remote? No.
What?
No. What is remote then? It means that you are
Far away.
You're far away. Is that positive or negative feel?
Negative.
Negative. So we have two. We have two for negative. But wait, keep going. We need to double check. They might be tricking us. His office and living room were in a dark thatched shed. So the other way that you figure out if it's a negative or positive is by the descriptions, the adjectives, the adverbs, the ly words. Dark is my adjective. Office and living room, not negative or positive. If I put a word in front of it to describe my office or living room, then I make it either negative or positive. So yesterday when we talked about the word enlightenment, we said, oh, light, the word light is inside enlightenment. That must mean it's more positive than negative. In literature, for imagery, light is always more positive. That's just the way literature and imagery work. Night and day, right? So is that more positive or negative? More negative. Now let's keep going. We still need to check it. He is not far, meaning he's close, right? But what is he close to? A green, slimy pond. What is a pond?
Like
Pond, it's like a small little, we'll put it like, a
Lake?
pond is like something with water in it.
Yeah. Look, it's awesome to live near the water. However, if the water is contaminated or is slimy, are we going to like it? No. So again, another one for negative. Okay, one more chunk. Surrounded on all sides by a dense growth. So remember, what are our adjectives? Is that more positive or more negative? You are surrounded on all sides. Well, I guess if you're surrounded on all sides by your favorite thing, it's going to be positive, right? But surrounded, what?
Negative.
Why?
Because I don't know. Maybe he feels suffocated because he's surrounded
By what?
by
Dense.
all the sides of dense growth thing.
Yeah, and dense, we might not know the word, but you're getting at it. Yeah, suffocated. He feels like trapped, right? He's not really trapped, but there's this like deep forest, this like trees that you can't really get through. Okay. Well, guys, is it more positive or negative? His feelings. I didn't see any positives in there, did you? So we're going to go back to our question. Again, process of elimination. We don't want to find the correct answer. That's not what we're looking for. Flip it in your head. Let go of some of that stress. You are only looking for the wrong answers. All you need to do on test day is to cross out the wrong answers. So, which two can we eliminate right away?
B and C.
Excellent. Why?
Because those are positive words, and we have proved that most likely what he says is wrong. I mean, negative.
Absolutely. Thank you. Now you have a 50-50 chance of getting this correct. Much better odds than if you were to have a 33% chance or a 15% chance. My math is a little off. All right. We are left with unhappy. Let me cross these out. Unhappy and terrified. We have to go back here and just fact check it again. Like, just make sure. Unhappy. I mean, if I lived near a slimy pond, I'd be like, oh man, I really wanted to go swimming. If I'm a fish out of water, like sometimes I feel like a fish out of water with technology and remote learning because it's so new, but I'm not terrified by it, right? Terrified feels like way extra, amped up, like way up here, right? If you're terrified by something, I mean, you stay awake at night, you lose sleep, you're like constantly afraid. Maybe you feel like someone's after you. Whereas if you're just unhappy, you just feel a little bit sad. You miss someone, you're lonely, right? Unhappy, you're depressed. Which one, having thought about that, seems like a better match? Unhappy or terrified? Oops, I took it out. Sorry. Nope, okay. Unhappy or terrified?
I'm happy.
Yeah, why are you thinking that versus terrified?
Because he doesn't show like he's terrified in any case, just like sound like he's kind of like disgust with what he have right now.
Excellent. He doesn't show it. The writer doesn't show it about this Postmaster guy. He's not running. He's not hiding. He's not screaming. Here is a clue for any test you're taking, and I'm going to whisper it because 85% of the time this will work, all right? Listen very carefully. If you are between 2 words or 3 words even, or 2 answers or 3 answers, and one of them feels like it's way over the top, like extra, like way out there, extreme, really extreme, that one will not be the correct answer. It's going to take a lot to get to terrified. Unhappy is sitting right there. So if you're against 2 and one is way out there, that's not the right answer, okay? All right, let's do part B. Remember, they have to be checked against each other, okay? Part B on any test you take like this and on MCAS or SAT, right? When there's 2 parts, part B is going to be the evidence to back up what part A is. You don't even need to read this question here. All you need to know is which of these words backs up the fact that he's unhappy, supports it as evidence. Like, unhappy is my claim, he's unhappy. Fine, prove it. Which of these quotes A, B, C, or D. They all have to work. All the words. Now, I read fish. I heard the phrase fish out of water. I heard village, I heard thatched, and I heard green. Isn't this correct? You think this is correct?
No.
No, my question is, I saw all these words. In fact, every single A, B, C, D, all those words are in that passage. They all can't be correct. Are we looking for positive or negative words here, guys?
Negative word.
Yeah. So we need to get rid of anything that is either positive or has no feeling, like chair, desk, office, shed. That doesn't mean anything on positive, negative scale unless there's an adjective in front of it to describe it. Fish. Fish has no positive or negative unless it has the adjective in front of it to describe it.
So it means A and B are out. So B and C are just.
Okay, great. A is out. Why is A out?
Because he doesn't show like any positive or negative words.
Green made green.
Green's color.
Yeah, it is a color, but I have a green light. I have green grass that grows. So I would say that is a borderline. It symbols like the word light and day symbolize positive. Green symbolizes positive, right? Whereas something that's brown might signal something that's like dying, right? But you're right. No, we're not there. We're not looking for positive. We're not looking for neutral. All right, what about B? Surrounded. That was a negative, right?
Yes.
Any of the others, though? Belonged? No.
World.
No. Calcutta, I mean, that's where he came from, but again, it's not giving us any more information. So we're going to take it out. They all don't match what we're looking for. We're looking for the negative. How about C? Remote, dark, slimy, dense.
It has kind of negative words.
Kind of, yeah. Remote, we talked about being far away. Dark, opposite of light. Slimy, ugh, who wants to swim in a slimy pond? And dense, like even say we don't know what that means. It does mean like it's hard to get through, right? That seems pretty good, right? Can we just check it as the right one and move on? No.
Yes.
No. No. Another strategy. If you think you found the right answer, you have to fact check it. You have to make sure, meaning you need to read every single answer choice, every single one. A lot of times, the one that you think is right might not be right. You have to make sure. You should be reading the answer choices even more carefully than the actual passage. Okay? So, office, living room, shed, pond. No. Why not? Why not? Tell me why. Is office either positive or negative?
Is none of them.
No, they're just things. They're not descriptions. We don't have imagery associations with them. There's no prefix in front of it to tell us, right? So we are left with C. And if we just wanted to double check, we would go back to make sure that they were descriptions of something negative. Someone said, and then the final thing we want to do is just to make sure that these 4 words in C, they match unhappy, the first part. You have to link back to the first part just to make sure. Giovanni in my last class said, wait a minute, growth, right? He was thinking, and he stopped just to fact check it. So he was just making sure, right, that growth was not a negative word, right? He just wanted to see, because sometimes they're going to put, you know, one of the ones you think is right, they're going to put it in an answer. So you just need to just read through every single bit of the answer choices. Someone said this takes a really long time. Yes, but the more you do it, it's not going to. It's going to go. We spoke through every single move that your mind needs to make. That's why it took a long time. Okay? This is how you should be working out an exam. You have all the resources now to not only pass this exam, but to really kick its butt, right? So no excuses. Watch the 5 videos, each are 2 minutes long, and then you'd be good to go. Okay?